Yo, RX back with another recap of UFC 308, Tapuya versus Holloway, Chimaev versus Whitaker, etc., etc. We back with another recap of a card that was decent. I think that's the word I would use to describe it. Decent. It was not bad at all. The last two fights, which I think you know what happened by now, but I'll still talk about them when I get to them. But those two were very good. The prelims were very solid. Everything else, it was fine. There's some goods and some bads. But that's what you expect, and I'm not upset with that at this point. If we can get something like that with the UFC, I'm fine with that. I'm not expecting that great of a card anymore, and that's what we got here. We didn't get a great card, we got a decent card, a couple good moments, and some fun fights. That was that, so I can't really complain much, especially for the last good pay-per-view we have lined up until January, hopefully. I enjoyed it. I thought it was fine. Early, so at least got done early. Did not love waking up so early, but you know, I guess shit happens. Kind of really no choice there, but yeah. It was a decent card. I can't complain too much, as I'm about to complain for the next about hour probably. But no, I thought the card was fine. And again, I think the way, if I could use one word to describe it, it would be decent. Which is not a bad way to describe it. I think there's much worse way to describe a card than decent. So, yeah. Outside of that, not very much else I can say outside of fucking sparkling the recaps. You ready to recap some fights? About all I can really think to say now, because I said everything else. Talked about how the card was fine. So now let's talk about how the card actually was. So unless I'm forgetting to say something, which I don't believe I am. Before I get into the recap, please like, comment, subscribe. 100 subs go by the end of 2024. Thank you for getting me to 70 subscribers. 70! We got 2 subscribers, I think, today, or fucking over the last, 48 hours. So, thank you. It's fucking awesome. And, I've never expected to get this far, and I keep growing, so thank you for 70 subs, and let's keep growing, and let's get into this recap. You want to recap 13 fights in Abu Dhabi? I'm down. Let's do it. We had no cancellations on fight day. We only had really one weight miss, and then one fight change due to travel issues, so I'll get to those when I get to those. But outside of that, same card we had when I broke it down. So let's get into it. And we begin with a fight that I'm not going to say a lot about because, what can I say about this? And then our first fight of the night, we had to welterweight for a fight that set the tone to an extent for this card, in good and bad ways. And then our first fight of the night in the welterweight division, we have Rinat Fakhretdinov versus Carlos Leal. When I said this fight set the tone in good and bad ways, it's for a double-sided coin in good ways, because it was a really fun fight. These two had a very decent striking match. The commentators said on commentary, if this fight was later on the card, the crowd would have been going pretty crazy, because it was a solid striking match between two solid fighters. The bad part of this is it was a garbage decision. Blatant fucking robbery. I don't think anyone actually thinks Rinat won. No, this was so biasedly bullshit, it's not even funny. It was a like, in round 1, definitely Rinat's best round of the fight. I think he took round 1. Most people do. It was a close round. He landed a few nice shots. He got a takedown, I think, late or sometime in the round. It was a fine round for Rinat. He took round 1, but it was close. For the next 10 minutes, he kind of just got beat up. Like, yeah, he landed some shots in return, but overall, Leal just landed the better shots. And for 10 minutes in round 2 and 3, Leal was the better fighter and should have got the win here. I think that's how mainly anybody would score this. Like, it was a fucking blatant robbery. It was a blatant fucking robbery. It's that simple. Like, I don't know what you want me to say. Like, of course, in Abu Dhabi, we've seen those robberies before, but like, this was just, they didn't even hide it. Like, not even a split. They couldn't even fake it enough for a split. Like, just a straight up UD to Rinat. That's bullshit. That's fucking bullshit. 30-27 Rinat. I want someone to watch that fight and tell me how Rinat won all 3 rounds. He didn't. And by the way, I picked fucking Rinat. So I don't want to hear shit. I picked Rinat on every fucking place I put in picks. My pick was Rinat Fakhretdinov, and I got this shit wrong. He did not win this fight at all. So, y'all want to call me biased? Yeah, a lot of the time I am. But in this scenario, I'm being fucking honest. Rinat lost this fight pretty clearly. Like, I don't know what you want me to say. There's no way he won this fight, let alone a 30-27. So, yeah, it was bullshit. That's the long and short of it. It's a hometown robbery. We've seen a few of those, like, more and more lately. Look at Pantoja and fucking Ursig. Hometown robberies are just gonna happen, so don't go to a decision with these guys. It's that simple. If you're fighting someone in their hometown, you're gonna get fucking robbed. So that's what happened to Leal here. So yeah, not really much more I can say about the fight. It was bullshit. It was a good fight. It was not a bad fight. It just now has the stain of being a fucking robbery. So yeah, I don't really know what else you want me to say. So I don't know. And I'm not gonna do fight ideas. I'm not gonna go really in depth on these two. What do you want me to say? Well, actually, I will go in depth a little bit. I'll talk about Rinat first. I got nothing else to say about the fight. Rinat, the same problems have just continuously show up for him in the last few fights. His cardio's not good. His striking's not good. And if he can't get you down, he's gonna struggle. It happened against Zaleski, it happened against Dalby, and it happened against Leal. And Leal's exposed it to fucking use that against him the best. He could not take Leal down, and that's why he lost this fight. Like, and it's funny thing, the first time Rinat got handed a questionable decision. The Dalby fight was questionable, the Zaleski fight was questionable. He keeps getting bailed out by the judges. Like, is Rinat a talented fighter? Yes, I think he has some talent. But he just is not. He has the same problems every fight. Cardio issues, striking issues, and now decision and fucking judging issues. So, like, I think the dude has talent, but he's not getting better. He's not getting better. He's had 3 fights in a row now where the same problem's shown up. And 2 fights in a row, fine, I get you. 3 fights in a row, you've had the same fucking issue. Dude, now you're just fucking being stupid. Fix the fucking issue in your game. Like, dude, fuck, man. You have shitty striking. You have bad cardio. That's why you lost this fight. So, get better striking. Get better cardio. You won't have to rely on fucking robberies. It's annoying. The dude has talent. He's not a bad fighter. Like, but these fighters who just don't get better. The primest example I can think of is Mackenzie Dern. Someone who just doesn't get better. Stayed the same fighter and is shocked when they lose. Get better. Fuck. I don't know what else to say. And you talk about Leal, I don't got much to say about him either. Yeah, of course he's on steroids. We know no need to lie there. But yeah, he got robbed here. He got blatantly robbed. And yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see him back on a full camp. He's good. He seems to be pretty good. People were right about him. He's pretty solid. I'm not sure what else to say. He got robbed. Yeah, that's really about all I can say about this fight. I can keep ranting about shitty decisions all I want, but what's the point? It was bullshit. Leal got robbed, and Rinat is not getting better, so yeah. I don't got anything else to say. Bullshit decision, no fight idea. And if I did give a fight idea, Rinat's gonna fight up in competition. He's probably gonna lose. Do you really see him beating higher echelon guys? I don't. Not very much else to say. Bullshit. And I picked Rinat. After that, we had to our second fight of the night in the middleweight division. First of 4 middleweight fights, and this one was, I would say, was it 3 middleweight fights? I thought it was 4. Yeah, it was 4. I think this one probably was the 3rd best. So, not the worst, at least. I'll give him, could be worse, funny enough. But, yeah, our second fight of the night, we head to the middleweight division for a forgettable fight and an okay fight, nothing great about it, as we had Ismail Naurdiev versus Bruno Silva. Well, I got this wrong pretty badly. I don't got much to say here. For 15 minutes, Bruno Silva did not give a shit. He did not fight. Ismail just did whatever he wanted. Because for 15 minutes, Bruno Silva just did not want to be there. And not even in he's quitting, he got hurt, blah, blah, blah. He didn't care to fight. Like, for 15 minutes, Bruno Silva did not give a flying shit about this fight. And that's why he got 30-27. Like, I don't know. I don't fucking know what to say. Like, this is the first time in a while I've seen a dude, like, we've not had to talk about a fighter just showing up for a paycheck in a while now. He literally just showed up for a paycheck. He didn't fight. He literally didn't do anything. He just stood there. If Naurdiev shot on him, he was getting taken down. If he threw a punch at him, he's probably gonna hit him. Bruno didn't give a fuck, and it was a pathetic performance in a fight that, like, he should won. He should have fucking won. Like, I don't think Naurdiev is that good. And I'm not saying Bruno Silva's that good, but dude, the dude, 3 rounds of Alex Pereira? Like, how the fuck do you go from that to losing to Ismail Naurdiev in dominant fashion? Like, dude, you didn't fight. I don't know what to say. Excuse me. He literally just did not fight. He can only blame himself for this. He did not care to be here anymore, and that's why he won't be here anymore. He's gonna get cut now. I don't know how you don't cut him. Like, how do you keep him after, like, 5 in a row? Like, a pathetic performance like this, it's over. It's over. You fucking cut him. And again, I don't even have to say much about Ismail. He didn't have to do anything. He just had to do whatever the fuck he wanted. If he wanted to hit him or take him down, he got it. He did it. It's the easiest win of his fucking career because Bruno Silva did not fight back. So, I don't know what else you want me to say, man. I truly don't know what else you want me to say. That's about really all I have to say. So, yeah. About the fight overall, it was just a one-sided fight because only one dude fought. That's about all I can say. To go into the fighters, I don't really got much else to say for Bruno Silva. I've said everything I need to say. It's over. You lost 4 in a row now. And I get you've dealt with a lot of bullshit. You had to fight Alex Pereira, you had to fight Brennan Allen, the Chris Weidman bullshit. But dude, you have to show up and fight. This is the easiest fight you've had since Jordan Wright, and you've lost. Like, I thought you lost 5 in a row. I keep forgetting about that Brad Tavares fight. Yeah, it's over. How do you not cut this guy? 35 years old, 4-fight losing streak. Didn't even fight. 4 and 6 down to UFC. It's over. So, like, the dude, Bruno Silva always was a dude with potential, but he just never fought consistently enough against. He couldn't get it done against higher competition. There you go. That's the best way to describe it. He couldn't get it done against higher echelon competition. So, I like, his best one is Brad Tavares, who is extremely mid at best. So, I don't know what to say. Well, we still got the flyweight. He's pretty good. We have that Bruno Silva. But Blindado, see you, brother. And talk about Ismail Naurdiev. I don't know what you want me to say. He didn't have to do anything. Like, yeah, he looked fine, but when he fights the dude who didn't fight back, he better look fine. So, good one for him, I guess. And let's see if he can build on top of this. Maybe he is a better, maybe he is a better improved fighter since it's first UFC run. Hopefully in his next fight he actually fights someone who fights back, but I guess there's only one way to find that out, and we'll figure that out next time we see him fight. So Morocco now has 2 fighters who came back this year, and one, funny enough, the Yusuf Zalal fights next week. So yeah, but yeah, good win for Ismail. Really shut me up. Even though I guess the main way to describe this fight, was it more Ismail looked good, or did Bruno Silva not fight? I'm leaning the latter, but does it matter? No. So, yeah. Not very much else I can say besides who should they fight next. For Ismail, yeah, I don't think you give him a really high echelon fight, because Bruno Silva is kind of been on a skid, and that was a pretty shitty performance. But I think you give Ismail one of the cans in the division, or one of the lower level dudes, Cedricus Dumas, Cody Brundage, Ihor Potieria, fucking Front got cut, so can't do that. But one of those guys, I just think makes the most sense. Like, any of those 3 would work just fine in my opinion. Wouldn't be a logical fight for him. Dumas, Brundage, or fucking Ihor. Like, I don't think you give him anyone actually decent. Like, if you want to feed him to COD or a younger dude, sure, but I really don't see the point in doing that. So yeah, I say give him just one of the shittier fighters in the division, like Dumas or Ihor, and go from there. So yeah, not really much else to say. And like I said, Bruno, time to get cut, brother. Not very much else I can say about this fight. When one dude fights and the other doesn't, you kind of get what you get, and that was a 30-27. Pretty easy fight, so yeah, not really much else for me to add. Good win for Ismail in his return, and who should they fight next? Ismail versus Ihor Dumas, one of the shittier fighters in the division. Makes sense. See if he really has got better. And Bruno, see you in PFL 1, wherever the fuck you want to go. Hopefully you actually try to fight in your next fight, but who knows. Not very much I'll say. Good return W for Ismail. Proving me wrong. Betting odds, you got this one right. I didn't. After that, we had to our third fight of the night in the featherweight division. I'll explain why that got changed in a second. As in our third fight of the night, we had to what was meant to be bantamweight turn into featherweight, as we have Farid Basharat versus Victor Hugo. Well, I talked about we had a weight miss, and that was Victor Hugo, who weighed in at 145.5. This fight was meant to take place at bantamweight. Yes, he is a problem. So he didn't even try and make weight. He missed weight by 10 fucking pounds. Like, dude, you didn't even attempt to make weight. Like, you lazy fuck. And that's why he got 30-27 here. So, maybe make weight next time, you fuck. Yeah, not really much to say here. Farid was my lock of the night for a reason, and he looked every bit of that lock of the night. He just was a better fighter than Hugo. As expected, as he should be. Should have been, and he was. So, it's that simple. Like, for 15 minutes, Farid was better on the feet. Ground game, really didn't have to do much of it. Just don't get submitted. And he did a good job of not getting submitted. And he won. It was a pretty simple fight. Again, he was my lock of the night for a reason. He was not going to lose on the feet. He was not going to lose on the ground. And he didn't. He just beat Hugo in every aspect of MMA. As expected. So, I'm not really sure what else you want me to say. It was... Again, he was minus 700. He's the lock of the night. He looked good. He looked really good. I'm not really sure what else you want me to add. It was not a competitive fight. This is a very good fighter versus a very bad fighter. And what you're gonna get in that scenario is a 30-27 for the good fighter. Yeah, it's that simple. I don't really have much more to say about this fight, so that's that. To talk about the fighters real quick, not very much to say. For Farid, now 4-0 in the UFC. How many wins did Javid got before he lost? I want to say, has he passed Javid? I think Javid only got like 3 before losing. Yeah, so he's now past Javid for wins. Yeah, Farid's really good. And, like, the dude has a win over Taylor Lapidus, a guy who is, in my opinion, a top 15 level guy. So, he was never going to lose to Victor fucking Hugo. Like, Hugo's the easiest guy he's fought. I think Leighton Rodriguez is is as good. So, like, Farid has beat 2 really good fighters and 2 pretty subpar fighters. So, he's really good, and I think Farid's ready for a big fight. I think he's 1 win away from a ranking. And I'll talk about who that fight idea should be. There's some names. It's bantamweight. There's always a good name out there. But, yeah, Farid's really good. 27 years old, well-rounded. Good cardio, good striking, good ground game. He's really fucking good. He's a Javid with better ground game. Like, so, I don't really have much else to add. Really good win for Farid. Lock of the night for a reason. Looked good. And then for Hugo, I don't got much to say. I've never been impressed with Hugo, and that just got proved correct again here. He looked like shit against Pedro Facalo, and then did he really think he had any chance against an actual good fighter like Farid? Hell no. And let alone missing weight. Hugo's not a good fighter. I've never been impressed with him. His striking's okay, I guess. Not really. His ground game's good. He has some nice submissions. Outside of that, he's not good. So, like, I get he has a very, like, padded record. 25-5 sounds really good on paper. 5-1, 3-1, fucking 5-3, 5-1 debutante. Like, he has a padded record. He's not very good, and I think he's just, like, I would not be shocked if he's not in the UFC in a couple years. He's just not very good, and if he's not even gonna try and make weight, he's gonna get cut even sooner than I think. So, either he's gonna cut because he can't make weight, or he's gonna get cut because he can't fucking win. Like, I think, Bantamweight, he loses to a bunch of dudes, like Raul, fucking Simon could get back on track against him. So, he's just not good. I've never been impressed with him. I didn't see the hype with him coming off Contender Series. And since 2 fights in the UFC, I've been completely correct. So, yeah, not really much more I can add. He's not good. Not very much else to say about this fight, nor the fighters. So now let's get into fight ideas. the first real fight idea of the card. For Farid, again, I think he's one win away from a ranking opportunity. I'm shocked they haven't ranked so low 50. Like, he should be ranked way higher than that. But I guess because he won a featherweight fight, which is fucking corny. They have 4 wins in a row now. One more win, he could easily take a ranking. Or not take a ranking, but fight for one. Like, Daniel Santos would be a good fight. If Zahavi wasn't booked, that'd be kind of ironic. Barcelos would be a decent fight. Yanez is probably gonna fight Talbot. I don't see the point doing Oliveira versus Farid. Mateusz ranked. Gutierrez, I don't hate it. Yeah, probably Gutierrez would make the most sense. Outside of that, Simone should fight. I forget who I said Ricky Simone should fight, but somebody. Mateusz, like I said, ranked top 15. Barcelos, I don't hate that idea, but I think Gutierrez, unless I've given Gutierrez a fight idea lately, the only one I can think I've given him, I said, like, Saeed would have been a good fight for him after Saeed lost his fight, but Saeed already got booked again in Tampa, so yeah, I think Chris Gutierrez makes sense for Farid. I think that's a very winnable fight for Farid, especially how bad Gutierrez looked against fucking Quang Lee, and yeah, I think Gutierrez probably makes the most sense. I don't really see why you wouldn't do that. Did Gutierrez fight Javid? No. I don't know why I thought he didn't. Wasn't that a fight booked at one point? Or am I tripping? Yeah, okay. Oh, okay, that's funny. So, yeah, fuck it, that makes even more sense. Do Farid and Gutierrez. And then for Hugo, feed him to a young dude. Raul, fucking Simon, up the Contender Series dude. He's just not good. And I don't know what else you want me to say. He's not good. He's not been impressive. And if he's gonna move up to featherweight, feed him to someone good up there. So, excuse me. Not really sure what else you want me to say. Besides that, pretty easy fight to predict. Pretty okay fight overall. And who should I fight next? I like Farid Basharat versus Chris Gutierrez. And for Victor Hugo, just feed him someone actually good. Farid and Gutierrez, I think makes a lot of sense. It could be a really good fight night. Like second fight of the main card. Farid should win that fight in my opinion. And then if he did, let's see how he does against a ranked dude. So, yeah. Not very much else I can say. Good win for Farid. Lock for the night was a lock for a reason, and yeah. Not very much else to say. After that, we go to our fourth fight of the night, the saddest fight of the night, and that's a tough award to win on this card. I'm not gonna waste a lot of time here because it was sad. And then our fourth fight of the night in the heavyweight division. We had a sad one between Kennedy and Nzechukwu versus Chris Barnett. What do you want me to say? Chris Barnett got injured during the introductions. He Ortega'd himself. He jumped up in the air, landed wrong, fucked up his left leg. Halfway through the fight, he threw his iconic spinning wheel kick, really fucked up his leg even more, and it was pretty much it from there. Like, he was a one-legged fighter trying to fight a giant. Like, he had no chance as is, and now he's fighting with one fucking leg. Like, what do you want him to do? So, it sucks. Like, I knew Barnett would lose, I think we all did, but like, losing by pretty much injury is just like, ugh, it's like, damn, man. So now he's back on the show for who knows how long, and it's just like, fuck, man. Like, we want to see Chris Barnett fight, but he can't stay healthy. So, it sucks. It really sucks to see him get injured again. And, yeah, hopefully now we won't see him for who knows how long. So, another injury piled on top of a list of injuries. Poor Beast Boy. Yeah, not very much I'll say about the fight. Kennedy just fucking walked him down. Again, Barnett had no chance as is, let alone on one leg. So, yeah. Not very much else to say. I talk about the fighters real quick. Again, not very much else to say about Beast Boy. Heal up, brother. We all love you. And, we hope to see you. Let's hope by this time next year you already have another fight. So, heal up, and let's see you again as quick as possible. For Nzechukwu, the heavyweight debut successful, but was it impressive? No, you beat a one-legged dude who was way shorter than you. No, like, I would like to see Kennedy fight someone who's actually even half his size, and who ain't fighting on one leg, so I think heavyweight Kennedy has potential, but that's been the key word of Kennedy his whole UFC career, potential. He's never been able to hit that potential consistently. So, if he can fucking hit that potential consistently at heavyweight, then we're in for an interesting fighter, but if he can't, then we're just wasting our fucking time. So, I'm intrigued to see heavyweight Kennedy, how he does against a real heavyweight. So, let's see how he does. So, yeah, there's not very much you can say about his heavyweight debut when really nothing fucking happened. He walked down a shorter, injured dude. Good job. So, yeah. Not very much else I can say there. Or about either fighter, so should I get into fight ideas? For Kennedy, you could rebook him in Tafa. Like, that'd be a decent fight. Like, you don't give him a big fight. You give him another, like, lower echelon dude. Like, it's so crazy that their first fight they booked for him was fucking, Marcus Rogerio de Lima. It's like, huh? A ranked dude? Kennedy could fight... Who would be an interesting fight for him? Austin Lane, that would not be very fucking interesting. Robelis would be intriguing as fuck, but I think his bum ass should get cut. Junior Tafa's not a bad one, but he needs to go down light heavyweight, so. Walter, nah. Jamal Pogues, nah. Peterson, no. Usman, I don't think they would even fight each other. Yeah, probably book him and Tafa. Like, I'm not really sure who else he could really fight. Like, either you give him a lower, like, do you really want to give him a wrestler? I don't think that's a good idea. Yeah, probably just rebook him and Tafa. That seems like a decent fight, and I'm not seeing much better unless you give him goddamn Jamal Pogues, Walter Walker, Junior Tafa. So, and I like the Junior Tafa fight, it's just he should move down to light heavyweight, so, yeah. Oh yeah, let's see him fight Justin Tafa. Let's get that fight rebooked. It's a fight that was meant to happen. One of the 3 fights for Kennedy that was meant to happen on this card. And, yeah, let's get this rebooked. I don't see why not. And for Chris, just heal up. Like, really no fight idea. Heal up, and hopefully we see you soon. So, yeah, not very much else to say. Besides that, again, not very much else to say. Sad fight, not really much to go off of here. And who should they fight next? I like Kennedy and Nzechukwu against Justin Tafa. Makes sense. Why not do it? Rebook it. Let's see Kennedy against a little bit taller of an opponent. So, yeah. Not very much else to say. Let's see how Kennedy does at light heavyweight. Or up from light heavyweight. Because one fight in, there's not very much to go off of. So, yeah. Fine debut for Kennedy. After that, 4 down, 4 to go, and this is when I think the prelims got really good. I think these 4 really were strong and really helped this prelim, so let's get right into it with our 5th fight of the night in the middleweight division. A fight that another one I got wrong. Great. That seemed like a running theme on this card, even though I don't know how I got 7 picks right. As in our 5th fight of the night in the middleweight division, we had Abus Magomedov versus Bruno Ferreira. Weird fight. Not at all what I expected. In round 1, it was close. If I remember, a boost ended on top. I think got a takedown late, so I think a boost took round 1. It was a nice round for Abu. I think he landed the better shots also. I don't really remember the round 1 too much, but yeah, it seems like he did take that round. Round 2, Ferreira landed a big shot that dropped Abu, really had him hurt for most of the round. Yeah, Abu did end on top, but he did get hurt pretty badly, so I think it was a clear 1-1 going into the third. Not really much else happened in round 2 outside the knockdown and takedown. And then in the third, Abu just took Bruno down and subbed him. Like, about halfway through the round, he just took him down. He knew Bruno had nothing for his takedown for some reason, and he just subbed him, arm triangle choke. That was that. Not how I expected this fight to go. I did not think this would go into round 3. I did not think it would end in a submission, and I did not think it'd be Abu getting the submission and third. So a lot of things I did not expect here, but yeah, this fight was definitely not easy to predict. So, how many people picked Abu by submission? 7%. Damn, good job. Yeah, I got this blatantly wrong, which, yeah, sucks. 1 to 2 underdogs I hyped up, but yeah, no dice here. So, good win for Abu. Just very shocked at how shit Bruno Ferreira's ground game was. Like, I remember, I think it was a Dustin Stotsfu's fight, they announced him as a wrestler. Clearly not. This dude's not good on the ground. You take him down, he just falls down. So, we know his striking's good, his cardio held up fine, but his ground game, dude, just bad. Bad. So, did not expect that, but expect the unexpected, and an Abu submission was very unexpected, so good for him, man. Not very much else I can say about the fight. About said what I could say. It was not the most exciting fight. The knockdown round 2 was good, and the submission was a little unexpected. Outside of that, not very much to write home about, so let's get into the fighters, and we'll start with Abu Magomedov. Good win for Abu. Like I said, his first good win in the UFC, because Stotsfus and Warley are ass. Yeah, he might be getting better. I'm not gonna say he's out the fraud club yet. He's right on the verge, though. He's right on the verge. He does seem to be getting better. His cardio looks better. His ground game looks better. We knew his striking was good, so it seems like he's getting better. So that's good to see. Again, on one more good win, he'll be out the fraud club, but he needs that one more good win. He got one good win, and that was Bruno. If he can get one more, then we can start talking about him out the fraud club. But we'll talk about that for his next fight. Right now, I say he's still in the club, but by a hair. He's almost out the door. So yeah. But, yeah, good win here, man. He's looking better, looking more improved. His cardio is, I would say, still his biggest worry, but outside of that, he looks like he's getting better as a fighter, so, good. Good. Yeah, after getting embarrassed in back-to-back fights, smart to get better. So, let's see if he continues to get better. This is the Abu we expected to see, after his debut, so it's good to finally see it. So, yeah, not very much else to say. Good one for Abu, he's getting better. Let's talk about his opponent, Bruno Ferreira. Again, really bad performance by Bruno, and really shocking how bad he looked. It seems like Bruno's kind of hit a wall, and I think we know what we're getting from Bruno now. He's just going to be a fun fighter. In the right fights, he's going to be able to get a fun knockout and all that, but when he fights a more technical fight, he's going to lose. Like, when he fights Phil Halls and Dustin Stotsfus, he's going to be able to knock him out. But if he fights Abu or more technical guys, he's going to lose. So, like, if he fights a Bo Nickel or something, he's probably going to lose. If he fought Kopylov, he probably would have lost. So, the kid's fun. He's a very fun fighter, but unless his ground game starts getting better, his cardio starts getting better, his fight excuse me, his fight IQ keeps getting better. Unless that starts happening, I don't really see much of a future for a boost. So let's maybe I'm wrong, but overall I just see a fun fighter. I don't see a dude who's gonna do a lot in the UFC. Have some fun highlights, and that's about that. So yeah, not very much else to say. Disappointing performance. Terrible. Again, I'm shocked at how shit his ground game was. Only thing left to say now is, who should they fight next? For Abu, he set himself up for a good fight. Not a ranking fight, I think you're a little crazy there, but he set himself up for a fight against one of the higher echelon dudes outside the rankings. Who would that be? Joe Pyfer would be a really fun fight. I think that'd be fucking insane. Robocop, that'd be fun, but Robocop should get a ranking fight. Delatze's a ranked fighter, I don't know why he's so low. Joe Pyfer would be a good one. You know, the battle of the two dudes who got fraud checked in main events last year. Or no, Pyfer was this year. I thought someone would say Holland. I don't see the point of, I don't know why Holland would even waste his time with that. Park, no. Tavara, Edmund, yeah, I like that fucking Joe Pyfer fight. I think that's like a very interesting match of both guys. Are mainly strikers. Pyfer probably has better ground game, but yeah, I'd like to do the fight of Boost and Joe Pyfer. Sign me up. The two dudes who got fraud checked in main events. Let's see them fight. So I'm down for that. Book it. And then for Bruno Ferreira, just put him in there with a fun fighter. Like him, like. Holy Shade Check would be a banger if he's still in the UFC. If they haven't cut him yet. But yeah, I guess Holy Shade Check would be fun. Like I'm not really. Edmund would be fun since they're both strikers. So either one of those guys. I would lean Holy Shade Check. I think that'd be a fun fight. But either way, yeah, just give him fun fighters. Don't give him another grappler. Outside of that, not very much else to say about this fight. Nice win for Abu. He's getting better. And he's almost out the fraud club. One more good win, and he will be. So, yeah. Not very much else to say. Good win for Abu. And who should they fight next? I like Abu versus Joe Pyfer. I think that'd be a really interesting fight. And why not Bruno Ferreira versus fucking Michael Olszewczyk? Two fun fighters. Someone's probably going out. Book it. Good one for Abu. First of 2 wins for Germany tonight, which is a rarity to even get one German fighter on the card. The other one obviously is in the main event. So, yeah, good one for Abu. Getting better. After that, we get to our fight of the night somehow. Did not expect this to win fight of the night. And in our 6th fight of the night, we had to lightweight for a banger. And I mean banger, between Mateusz Rębecki versus Myktybek Orolbai. What a banger. Did not expect this fight to be fucking amazing, but it was. Y'all know what I expect. I expect Orolbai to get a quick, easy, just grapple fest, but that's not what happened in the slightest. In round 1, Rębecki was able to land the better shots on the feet. I guess it was a little close, but I think most people will agree Rębecki did more in round 1 and took that round. Let's see. Yeah. I think like most people scored this fight the same way. Round 2, Orolbai had his best round of the fight, landed some nice shots on the feet, got some nice takedowns, etc., etc. By this point, his right eye was completely swollen, could not see, and I think Rębecki was cut open pretty badly, so had a hurt eye and a lot of blood going into third. In the 3rd round, Rębecki got a nice knockdown early in the round. After that, he pretty much just kept on Orolbai for most of the round. Some nice transitions, but overall he was able to stay on Orolbai, and that led to a 29-28 split decision somehow for Mateusz Rębecki. Yeah, I don't know how it was a split. Like, it was a clear win for Rębecki. I don't know how you can give Orolbai the third when he got dropped and almost knocked out in it, but, you know, judges. Yeah, Rębecki clearly won this fight. Clearly got the first and third, and looked really good. Lost a lot of blood, but it was for a good cause. Fun fight, pretty easy one to score, and, 5 of the night, easily. Easily. Bloodiest 5 of the night, that's for sure, so, yeah. Not very much to say about the fight. If you missed it, go rewatch it. It was 5 of the night for a reason. It was a banger, so, yeah. Not really much else to say. To talk about each fighter, we'll start with Rębecki. Now that's how you leave the fraud club. Like, to go stop the hype of Myktybek for a little bit and in a very impressive fashion. That's how you leave the fraud club. So that was impressive from Rębecki. I did not think he had that in him, especially after the Diego Ferreira fight. But he came in. Sorry, he came in, looked great, and got the W. Again, to stop Orolbai's momentum like that for a little bit, that's how you leave the fraud club. Good enough for Rębecki, man. Dude's back, and maybe looking better than he did before. Jesus. So, let's see this dude's really. Let's see how good this dude really is. Looked good here. Let's see if he can get back on full track and put some wins back together. To talk about his opponent, Myktybek. Yeah, like, it sucks that he lost, but he'll be back. The dude's really fucking good. He's only 27 or some bullshit. Yeah, he's 26 years old. He's 2-1 in the UFC. He's already this good at fucking 13-2-1. So he's a really good fighter. He'll be back, heal up, get better from this, and we'll see Myktybek back being Myktybek sooner than later. So, again, he's a really good fighter, and he'll get back on the horse. So, anyone who's thinking he got fraud checked, you're a fucking idiot. He had a tough fight. He'll get better from this. So, that's simple. Not very much else to say. It sucks that he lost his momentum, but that happens. The only thing left to say now is, who should I fight next? For Rębecki, there are some interesting fights for him. Like, you can't throw him back into the deep end of the pool since he is 1-1 his last 2, but you could give him a decent fight. Ismail Bonfim would be a fun one. Both guys coming off some interesting performances. But Rębecki definitely deserves a pretty decent fight, but who? Again, I don't mind that Ismail fight. Ignacio, Guram, Nazarat, I don't hate that fight, but I don't know about that one. Dober would be a banger, but that Ismail fight's interesting. Both guys 1-1 in their last 2, both losing to these very good veterans. Well, Benoit's not a veteran, he's just a good fighter. For Rębecki, again, you got Nazarat and Dober, but I don't know. I think I'd rather see Ismail and Rębecki. I think that's a more intriguing fight. Like, Dober can always go fight someone else. He can fight fucking Diego Ferreira or some bullshit like that. Fucking Ziam should fight Ignacio. Nazarat could fight a lot of people. So, like, this part of lightweight's just so cluttered and fucking close together that anyone can fight anyone. So I'm happy we're getting fights booked at Joe Alvarez and Ricardo Close, so that's a banger. So, well, we gotta start clearing up this area because there's like a lot of good fighters here. But yeah, I like Rębecki and Ismail Bonfim. I think that's a very good fight. The winner gets put into this category of lightweight, and yeah, that's a good fight. So let's see it. Rębecki, Bonfim, both guys 1-1. They got back on track after getting fraud checked. Let's see what happens, man. I think that'd be a banger fight. So let's see it. Rębecki, Bonfim, book it. And for Orolbai, heal up and get back on track. He could fight a number of dudes. I think give him just a kind of a step down competition like a Joaquin Silva, Claudio Puelles, Michael Johnson, etc., etc. Someone, Joe Selecki, anyone along those lines. A quick step down competition to get back on track, and then we go from there. So, yeah, not very much else to say. Good fight, amazing fight. 5 of the night for a reason. Excuse me. And who should they fight next? I like Rębecki versus Ismail Bonfim. I think that's a banger. And I like Orolbai versus a lot of dudes. You could do a lot of fucking step downs at lightweight. Michael Johnson would be a funny fight, so, but you could do anyone in that division. So yeah, Rębecki and Bonfim just sounds like a fucking banger. Let's get that booked. But yeah, not very much else to say about this fight. Good fight. Rębecki is back and out of the fraud club. Orolbai will be back, and yeah, great fight. Respect to both for a banger, and they earned that 5 of the night. Good for them. Good for us. Banger. After that, we had to our co-main event of the prelims. Not gonna say a lot here because it was a minute 40 fight. In our co-main of the prelims, we had to welterweight for a fight between Geoff, Neal versus Rafael dos Anjos. What do you really want me to say? Neal was either gonna knock him out or his knee was gonna pop, and it was the latter. Yeah, Neal dropped him 2 times within as long as the fight went. On the second knockdown, or his knee popped, and that was that. So Neal dropped him and popped him in about minute 40, and that was that. Yeah, I don't reckon that was the fight. That was the long and short of the fight. He dropped him, popped him. That was that. That's all I gotta say. Shit. I'll talk about Geoff Neal first. Yeah, that's the best Geoff Neal we've seen since the Luque fight, and that was, what, 2 years ago? So, yeah, but it's good to see that Geoff Neal back, and let's hope we can get that guy, let's hope we can continuously see this Geoff Neal, because this guy's good. Yeah, he still has the power in his hands, he's still a decent striker. He just has to show up like the Geoff Neal we know. The guy that fought Ian Gary, that was not this guy. So, let's fucking seize this guy more. I get he's getting older, I get he's 34 years old, I get he's not very active, but if he can stay active, I think like he can still be he can be a good gatekeeper in this division. Like, we know he's not gonna be a champion, he's fucking 34 years old, and his skill set is not fit to be a champion, but to be a fun gatekeeper at welterweight, I don't see a problem with that. So there's much worse to be. So yeah, good to see Geoff Neal back and looking the best he has in about 2 years, and over 2 years. So yeah, good win for him. Not really much else to say. Pans of Steel is back. And then the birthday boy, RDA. It's time to retire. Like, I get it, you're a legend, you did this and that and the other thing. It's time to retire. You're 40 years old, you just blew out your knee. You're gonna be on the show for a minute. Retire. What else are you gonna do? You're not gonna be a champion. You're not even a top 15 level dude anymore. What's the fucking point? Like, what, are you gonna move back down to lightweight next week, right, and get beat up? You're gonna stay at welterweight where you're too small and get beat up? It's time to retire. You're fucking, in your last 6, you're 2-4, and your only 2 wins are Moicano on like a week notice and Brian Barberena. So just fucking hang it up. Like, you can't do anything else. You're not winning a bout again. You're not getting in the rankings again. You're done. So, like, it sucks that you go out on a fucking knee injury on your birthday, but fuck, man, what else are you meant to do? Time to retire. That simple. Not really much else to say. In a 1 minute 40-second fight, what else do you really want me to say? So I guess let's get into who should they fight next. For Geoff Neal, well, he kept his ranking. He's what, ranked 10th? There's some interesting fights for him. I think Gilbert Burns would be a good fight. Buckley could fight a lot of people. I think Buckley should fight Colby or Burns or Brady. And so I think that leaves Gilbert Burns open for a fight. And I think Geoff Neal would be a good fight. Wonder Boy, he already fought Wonder Boy, so that's off the table. He could fight Michael Morales, but like, I don't know if he really would do that. Luque's busy with Nick Diaz. That's a stupid fucking sentence. MVP should fight Wonder Boy. Magny is busy with Carlos Prates. So, yeah, I think Neal and Burns makes the most sense. So, again, Colby, we don't know what he's doing. Brady, I'm down to see Brady and Buckley. I think that makes a lot of sense. And, yeah, the only guy in this who is the big question mark is Michael Morales, but why should Geoff fight him right now after coming off a quick W like that? Makes more sense to fight Gilbert. So the loser of Gilbert Neal should fight Morales. That make more sense. So yeah, Geoff Neal, Gilbert Burns. Never seen it before. Be a good fight. Cool fight night co-main. Book it. And then for RDA, just retire. It's that simple. Just fucking retire. I don't really got much else to say. So yeah, good fight. Not really much of a fight. Cool, quick fight between two old dudes. Geoff Neal's looking like he's back, and yeah, if he can stay active, hopefully we can get him and Gilbert Burns. Hopefully, I would say the latest, maybe by March. I think that'd be a good fight for both. I'd rather pick Neal to win that, but we know Gilbert, he's always gonna be tough to beat. But yeah, I think that'd be a good fight. Geoff Neal, Gilbert Burns. Let's see it. And RDA, please retire. Not very much else to say. Quick fight equals quick recap, and that's all I really gotta say about that. Neal, Burns, book it. Good to have you back, Geoff. And now for our featured prelim in the light heavyweight division. Speaking of quick finishes, can't get much quicker than 50 fucking seconds, and no one was quicker tonight. And then our featured prelim in the light heavyweight division, we had a quick mauling more than anything between Ibo Aslan versus Rafael Cerqueira. I forget how you actually say it. Not like it matters. Dude's dog shit anyway. I don't really have much to say here. Ibo walked him down. He pretty much stayed in his corner. Rafael pretty much stayed in his corner. Ibo walked across the cage, walked him down for a second, started landing bombs, and after about 50 seconds, it was over. Quick standing KO for Ibo Aslan, completely destroying this padded record bum, Rafael. Yeah, is anyone shocked? Ibo Aslan's very good. I think we knew that already. What we didn't know is how shit off Rafael was, but yeah, he's terrible. So, yeah. Not really much else to say about a 50-second fight. So, I guess let's get into the next part. Let's talk about Ibo Aslan. Turkey, you have a good fighter for the first time that I can ever remember. I can't even think of another Turkey fighter. So, yeah, y'all got a good one. 2 wins now in the UFC. The Anton fight wasn't the most impressive, but this was pretty impressive. Quick 50-second knockout. Can't get more impressive. So, yeah, Ibo's good. This guy we wanted to see in the Anton fight, but we did get to see him here at least. And, yeah, 28 years old. Light heavyweight has another problem on their hands. They already had Omer Asai and a few others. Now they have Ibo Aslan looking good again. Jesus, like, you have a lot of prospects. You just need to get them in the fucking rankings. So, yeah, not very much else to say. To talk about Rafael, I don't got much to say. This dude's garbage. Like, he's a padded record bum. Like, I watched the Die Hard MMA podcast, which everyone should. Very good. And Clint said something interesting, that fucking Rafael, like, tape on Rafael, he's fighting in a makeshift cage in front of, like, nobody. And you can tell. Like, first of all, he's fighting cans. And second of all, the dude's terrible. Like, So, he's a padded record bum. It's that simple. He's not good. Like, if he would have got any of these fights on Contender Series, he probably would have fucking lost. So, he's just not good. So, he'll probably have 1 or 2 more fights in the UFC, lose, and then that'll be that. So, yeah. This guy's, terrible. That simple. Only thing I'm saying now is, who should I fight next for Ibo Aslan? You don't give him a ranking yet, obviously, but you give him really close to it. I did have this fight in mind. If he's not ranked anymore, I do. Ooh, he is. Damn it, Alonzo Menifield's still ranked. But I might go Menifield. Cause I'm trying to see outside of that, like, who else do you give? Like, who else would you have? Pilato? Nah, you don't have prospect versus prospect. He got cut. Don't fight. Prakniau, I don't really see the point in that. Cut. That's I think Sai should probably fight Bukowski. If I remember, that was my fight idea I had for him, so I think that makes sense. Whatever happened to Crude? Kutilaba sucks. Yeah, I think Menifield, like Ibo, and like I get Ibo probably doesn't deserve a ranking fight, but Menifield should not be ranked. So. Yeah, if that makes sense. Either you feed Menifield to Sai or Ibo, and I think the UFC would give that to Ibo first, since he has got finishes, and that's something Sai has not really done. So, yeah, Ibo, Aslan, Alonzo Menifield, sounds like a good fight to me. I think Ibo probably fucking kills him, so, yeah. Or you could do Ryan Spann, but actually, you could do Spann, because he just got back in the win column. But I think Menifield's the more interesting fight there. So, but I don't know, you could do Spann or Menifield. Either one, in my opinion, works just fine. So, yeah, why is Menifield still ranked? That's just fucking everything up. So yeah, Spann or Menifield, either one works perfectly fine. So, yeah. And I don't give a fuck who Rafael fights. Dude's awful. Not very much else to say. Good one for Ibo Aslan. Can't have a much more flawless victory than that. And who should he fight next? Either Ryan Spann or Alonzo Menifield. I'm not really sure which way I want to go with that. I could see either one. So we'll see which one they want to do. So yeah, not very much else to say. Great one for Ibo. Turkey, you have a good fighter for the first time ever. Like, I'm literally blanking on our Turkey fighters. So, if you want to remind me of someone, but I can't think of them. So, yeah. Good one for Ibo. Flawless victory. Finally, after an hour, that's the prelims. Prelims are good. Like, these final 4 fights were really good. The first 4 were okay. Like, the Rinat fight was good, but the robbery hurt it. Then Ismail and Farid were forgettable. Kennedy was just sad. But then the Abus, Rębecki, Neal, and Ibo were all good. So, yeah, this was pretty fucking solid. And then we had main card, which was weird. So, I won't waste any more time. We're already an hour in. Let's just get into this main card. And sadly, we begin with this garbage, which I'm not going to waste a lot of time on. As in our first fight of the night, first fight of the main card, we head back to middleweight again for a fight between Shara Magomedov versus Armen Petrosyan. Shara beat a can, he looked mid at best, and yeah, I'm still not impressed. I don't know what else you want me to say. Like, he probably won round 1, but it was a close round. Armen, you could give round 1 to Armen. Actually, did any judge give Armen round 1? I fucking doubt it. Nope. Let me pretend to be shocked. Yeah, Shara looked mid. Like, it's better than he has looked against Olashechuk and fucking Tricoli. But, yeah, he looked super mid against a can, so, yeah. No fight idea, because what's the point? They're gonna give him fucking, like, Cody Brundage. Like, and you think I'm joking? If they announced Shara versus Cody Brundage, I would not be shocked. They're not gonna give the dude a real fight, because he's not good. until he actually proves something that shows he's any bit good, which I've not seen yet, I'm not impressed. Until he beats either A, a good fighter, or B, a wrestler, I'm not impressed. So, cool, you can knock out Armen Petrosyan. So, Rodolfo Vieira submitted him in round 1. Good job. Shara, I'm not impressed with Shara. He looked mid at best. And, yeah. Have fun fighting Cody Brundage. On the next pay-per-view you're on. So, yeah. Again, y'all think I'm joking. They're gonna announce that bullshit, and y'all are gonna be shocked. I won't be. Shara versus Brundage or Dumas. They're not gonna give him a real fight. He loses to most of the top 15. So, I don't know what else you want me to say. He's not good. Until he proves something, and until he proves otherwise, I'm not impressed with Shara Bullet. Sorry. Actually, no, I don't give a fuck. Fuck you if you don't. Fuck you if you're upset. And I don't give a fuck about Armen Petrosyan. He sucks. Nothing else to say. I'm not impressed. And fight idea, Shara and Cody Brundage. You know that's gonna happen. Not really much else to say. Not impressed. After that, we had to our second fight of the main card in the featherweight division, a fight that just screamed Apex main event. I'm almost shocked it wasn't. As in our second fight of the main card, we had to featherweight for Lerone Murphy versus Dan Ige. Yeah, this fight was okay. In round 1, it was not a great round until Ige dropped Murphy bad with I believe it was a left hook. Either way, it was a brutal shot that dropped Murphy bad, but he was able to recover and survive round 1. He did lose round 1, but, you know, that happens. And then round 2 and 3, Murphy kind of just did the smarter shit to get the win. He was able to take Ige down. He landed some nice shots on the feet, and after 10 minutes of that, Murphy got the W. I guess it was close. I did see a few people say Ige won, but I think you're really reaching. I think it wasn't really that complicated of a fight to score. I think Murphy got the last 2 rounds. Did he do a lot? Not really. He just did enough to win. So, yeah, it was not really that great of a performance by Murphy, but I think he was a better fighter in this fight. And Ige looked fine, so it's not like Ige looked bad, but I think Lerone did more. So, Ige had a nice knockdown in round 1. Outside of that, he kind of just got outsmarted. He let Lerone do the smarter shit to win. So, the safe, smart shit usually gets the job done. And that did here, so, yeah. Not really much else to say. It was a very forgettable fight. Outside the knockdown first, I barely remember anything, so, again, this just screams Apex main event. Again, I'm shocked it wasn't. So, yeah, not really much else left to say, so, yeah. Guess let's talk about Lerone Murphy. And weird performance by Lerone. Like, after looking almost flawless versus Edson Barboza, he looks very average against Dan Ige. Not what I expected. I think the kid's good, but it's almost hard to read him. He looks mid in fights, and then he looks great in fights. It's like, why can't he not just look consistently good? So, like, after this performance, I don't know how I feel about him against the higher echelon of the division. Like, I think the kid's good, but now, do you really think he beats Josh Emmett? Maybe. Arnold Allen? No. Brian Ortega, if he was still in the division? No. Diego Lopez? Hell no. He probably beats Zaire. But, like, I think the kid's good, but I'm just having an issue seeing him consistently fight at his best, because this was not him at his best. Him at his best was the Edson Barboza performance. So, like, this was a very average Lerone Murphy, and if we get average Lerone Murphy versus Arnold Allen or Josh Emmett, especially with how Ige was able to catch him, and if Emmett can catch him, we know what happens there. So, I think Murphy's good, but I don't know. he's looked very average here. He's had a good year. Edson and Ige are two very nice wins, but I don't know. He looked very average here to me. I was not really impressed. I was more disappointed, and I was almost disappointed more than anything. I thought he would look a little better. So yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Like, I did not think he looked amazing though. So let's see. Now it's time for him to fight up the rankings. Let's see what they do with him, man. I'm intrigued. Very intrigued. And then for Dan Ige, it's Dan Ige. He's gonna win some, he's gonna lose some, he's always gonna come back though. Yeah, we'll see Ige back maybe before the end of the year, knowing his crazy ass. More likely we'll see him January or February. Yeah, he's still ranked, and I don't know, you can't take him out the rankings. Yeah, another L, then you can make a debate for it, but no, he's still locked in at number 14's ranking, so yeah. Not very much else to say. It's Dan Ige. We know what he brings to the table. He's a good gatekeeper. So, he's a low-ranked gatekeeper, so yeah, and he does the job very well. I feel you land where Damon, if you're an unranked guy, his next fight's gonna be against an unranked guy, and he's gonna fucking beat him. So, yeah, not really much else to say. So, yeah. Only thing left to say now is, who should I fight next? For Lerone, Murphy, Giga? Like, I know he called out Josh Emmett, but I don't even know what's going on with Josh Emmett. I'm guessing he's gonna fight Arnold Allen? Or Jair? Like, I don't know what the fuck's going on with Jair, Allen, and Emmett. But, yeah, I like I don't mind the idea of Giga and Murphy. I think that'd be an interesting fight. I don't know if Giga has a fight right now. I don't think he does. So, yeah, Giga and Lerone, I think that's a decent fight. I think Lerone wins that fight. It's a fight he should win at least, and yeah, I'm bound to see that. Again, unless Chikadze has a fight right now, which I highly doubt. Yeah, why not Lerone? Cater should fight Steve Garcia, in my opinion. Bryce, who fucking knows? Allen should fight Yair, but maybe get that booked already. And then Emmett, I don't know what the fuck he's doing. So, let's get Gene Silva and Josh Emmett already. Cause that'd be fucking insane. So, yeah, Lerone and Giga sounds good to me. And then Dan Ige could fight whatever unranked guy there, Sean Woodson, I don't know, something like that. So, yeah, very subpar fight, nothing amazing about it. And who should they fight next? I like Lerone Murphy versus Giga Chikadze. And I think Dan Ige probably fights an unranked guy. Sean Woodson came to mind first. So, probably Sean Woodson. Outside of that, not very much else to say. Good win for Lerone. And let's see how he does against Giga. If that's the fight to do. That's what I would do, at least. He should have an easier fight there than he did here. So, yeah. Murphy and Giga. Ige and Woodson sound good to me. Let's do it. Okay fight, decent win for Murphy, and yeah, nice Apex main event. After that, we head to our third fight of the main card, our featured bout in the light heavyweight division. Not gonna waste a lot of time here, cause I fucking told you so. As in our third fight of the main card, we had Magomed Ankalaev versus Alexander Rajic. What do you want me to say? Ankalaev easily beat him for 15 minutes. Like, what the fuck do you want me to say? It went exactly as I predicted. Ankalaev is way better, and he showed that. So, yeah, not really much else to say. Ank for 15 minutes was a better fighter in a fight that he shouldn't even been in, because it was a pointless fight to him. So, yeah, about really all I can say. That's all I gotta say about the fight. Let's talk about the fighters real quick. Ank, give him the title shot already. Jesus fucking Christ. What the fuck else does he have to do? Is he gonna have to beat Jamal and Yuri in the goddamn same night? Like, I'm not a fan of Ank. I think he's boring. This fight was boring. But just give him the title shot already. Fuck, man. Like, I get he's not the most exciting. At least he's a striker, though. He will strike with Alex, I think. So, just give him the title shot. Fuck it. It's like, why? Why fucking keep running away from this fight? That's obvious to do. Just fucking do it. Get it over with. Fuck. And then for Ratchik, I've been telling y'all he's mid. Cause he's mid. Like, he's not this special fighter. I don't know what y'all see in this guy that he's so great. I've never seen anything outside Jimmy Manuwa knockout, and it's Jimmy Manuwa who's ass. Like, I've not seen anything great from this dude. So, he's mid. Khalil Roundtree is better. So, I don't know. I've never really been impressed with Ratchik, and mid. He never should have been in this fight to begin with. So, yeah. Not much else to say there. Besides, who should I fight next? Ank and Alex. Get that booked already. It's the fight to make. Just get it over with. Duh. For Ratchik, I don't know. Do you care? I don't. Ank and Alex, get it booked already. And let's just finally see who would win. If it's Ank, well, it sucks, but fuck it. If it's Alex, cool. It's finally out the way. Get that booked already. You stop wasting our time and Ank's time. Let's see who's the best light heavyweight in the world. Not much else to say. After that, we go to our co-main event of the evening. Well, I was wrong again. As in our co-main event of the evening, we head to middleweight for a fight that looked, I'm a little shocked still, but wow. As in our co-main event of the evening, we had Khamzat Chimaev versus Robert Whittaker. Well, Khamzat's back. Looking like Khamzat again. Khamzat smashed. Like, this was prime Khamzat. He took Robert down within like 30 seconds and just mauled him. He tired him out. He broke his fucking jaw, caved in his teeth or whatever, and locked in the rear naked choke. That was that. Khamzat's back. That's all I can say about the fight. It was a mauling. It was a Khamzat. It was a prime Khamzat fight. The first time we've seen that in a few years. So, yeah, Khamzat's back. All I can really say. Of course, we gotta talk about Khamzat first. Again, he's back. This is the first time we've seen. I feel like I said this in the breakdown. This is the first time I think we've seen Khamzat Chimaev since the Leech. The Leech was the last time we saw Khamzat Chimaev. I don't think we've seen him since until tonight. Since today. He looked okay against Burns. The Holland fight was pathetic, and with all the bullshit that happened in the week. And then he looked god-awful against Usman. This is the first time we've seen Khamzat Chimaev since 2021. And it's good to see him back. So, if we can get this guy fighting consistently, he's gonna be a champion. But it's the whole consistency part of it with him. If he can't keep taking these fucking year breaks, dude, you have to fight already. You can't take another break until October. Fight, for fuck's sake. I don't care if you're not allowed somewhere. Stop being a dumb fuck. Apologize to whoever and fight, you fuck. You can't. You're 30. You don't have much more time to sit on your ass until October. Fight. Fuck. Hopefully, you're flying to Sydney in February to fight Drakus, but we'll get to that in a second. So, it's good to have Khamzat back. First time we've seen him since 2021. Khamzat smash. I don't know what else to say. He's back. And I'm talking about Robbie. He's old. Like, he's a gatekeeper now. It's as simple as that. Whittaker is a good gatekeeper. If you want him to fight a prospect, he's going to test him at a very high level. He can still fight. He's just a gatekeeper. So, yeah. Not really sure what else you want me to say. He's a very solid gatekeeper. One of the best gatekeepers in the UFC. maybe the one of the best. Yeah, not really much else to say. He's not washed. He's just not prime anymore. He's a gatekeeper. Only thing left to say now is who should they fight next? For Hamzat, you already know the answer. Give him Drakus. Sadly, we're probably gonna have to sit through Drakus Strickland 2 before then. But hopefully, this time next year, we're getting Drakus Hamzat. Hopefully, a little sooner than October. But it's Hamzat, you know. He can't fight anywhere else because he's a fucking dumbass who pisses people off and gets banned from fighting. So, good job. But yeah, Hamzat's gonna fight the winner of Drakus Strickland. It's pretty fucking obvious. I'm fine with them just booking Drakus Hamzat in February. I don't care about Strickland. Move on. But what they're gonna do is fucking Drakus is Strickland, and then Hamzat will fight the winner. So yeah, it's the long route to the good fight, but you know, gotta get there eventually. And then for Whitaker, I don't know, maybe Brian Allen beats Vittori, because Imavov will probably fight Kaio. But let's just hypothetically say the UFC does do Kaio and Izzy, a fight they are talking about, quote quote, and have Whitaker fight Imavov. So, yeah. But I would do Kaio and Imavov, and then I'd leave Whitaker no one. So I'd say if Allen beats Vittori in January or whenever they said they would fight, do that. So, yeah, not really much else to say there. Hamzat's back, Whitaker's a gatekeeper, and middleweight got a little more interesting today. So, not very much else to say. Who should they fight next? Hamzat is going to get a title shot. Rob is going to go back to probably Fight Night main events. And, yeah. Good to see Hamzat back, man. If we can get this guy back more consistently, middleweight got very fucking interesting. Good to have you back, Hamzat. And now for our main event of the evening. For the undisputed UFC Featherweight Championship of the world. Maybe the saddest featherweight title fight of all time. Cause man, this hurt to watch. As we have to end the UFC 308. Ilya Topuria versus Max Holloway. Well, we know what happened. So how did we get to what happened? Max was doing good. Max won round 1 pretty clearly, but you know, they're not gonna give him that because they fucking hate him. But yeah, Max clearly won round 1. He was doing very fucking good. Round 2, Ilya probably won, but it was close. And then it all went wrong. Ilya landed a perfect right hand over the guard of Holloway, hurt him badly, but then he just chased him down, eventually landed a beautiful left hook. And that was that. Max got knocked the fuck out. Fuck. Yeah, I don't know what to say. Yeah, that was sad to watch. I really don't know what else you want me to say. It was sad. The saddest featherweight title fight ever. The best was blessed. And not anymore. Fuck. Good fight, really good fight, very high level fight, and Max was doing good too. God, that's what hurts the most. Max was actually doing really good. Just got caught. Chin can only hold up for so long. Couldn't hold up anymore. Damn it. Yeah, I don't know what to say. I don't know what else to say about the fight. Good win for Ilya, man. Kid's legit. Like, beating old Volk was one thing. Max coming off 300. Good for you, Ilya. Good for you. Not very much else to say about the fight, so let's talk about the fighters. We'll talk about Ilya first. Yeah, he's now one of the best in the world. I would have him right behind Pierre, but I think it's at this point 1A, 1B, and then I say 1C with Aspinall. So, like, I think those are the 3 best fighters in the world right now: Alex, Ilya, and Aspinall. So, and Ilya, you can easily make the case for him being number 1. He might be fighter of the year. Volk and Max are great wins, and yeah, man, he's good. He's really fucking good. And now what? I think it's obvious, and I'll get to that in a second. But yeah, man, he's good. Dude got power in his hands. He's good. I don't know what else you want me to say. To talk about Max, kind of the same thing I said for Rob. He's a gatekeeper now. I don't know what you do with Max at this point. I guess he's going back up to lightweight, he said. But what the fuck is he gonna do at lightweight? Like, I don't know. He said summer next year he'll come back. Cool. I just don't see what the point of him fighting again is. Like, he's not even washed. He's still great. But what else is there for him to do? He's 32 years old. He's not getting a belt again. He can't do it at featherweight. He's not gonna get a title shot at lightweight. I just don't see what else he can do at this point. So he lost the BMF belt. So I don't know. I truly don't know. So it sucks. It really fucking sucks. And he's not even washed. He's still good. That's the annoying part. He is still really, really good. Just age got him. That chin couldn't hold up any longer. Fuck, man. Sad. Sad. Guess the only thing left to say now is who should they fight next? For Ilya, it's so fucking obvious. The guy who's the goddamn backup. Not Volk. Volk, move on. This is the number 1 contender. No one wants to see Volk get KO'd again. The sad thing, they're gonna fuck over Lopez. You already know it. You know they're gonna fuck over Lopez. Actually, I can tell you, they're gonna have fucking Lopez. The only way you don't fuck over Lopez is if you have him fight Volk in February. If you don't do that, then you fucked him over. Like, if you have him fight the winner of Sterling Evloev, you're a fucking moron. Like, give him the title shot he has earned. Like, the dude was the fucking backup, so what, was he the backup for fun? Like, give him his title shot. Shit. And for Max, I have no idea. So, I have no fucking idea. If I'm being honest with you, I cannot tell you. Who does he fight? I'm intrigued. I have no idea. Outside of that, not very much else to say about the main event. Great main event. Shocking main event. Sad main event. Good one for Ilya. And who should they fight next? I like Ilya versus Lopez. Just makes sense. The fight to make. And Holloway, I have just no idea. Like, at all. So, yeah. Not very much else to say. The best was blessed. And now, seems like the best is the Matador. Crazy. Congrats to the champ. And finally, boom. Out of the card after an hour and a half. To go how I did on picks, I went 7 of 13, 4 perfect, 475. Yeah, I got a few wrong. The old dudes couldn't get the job done. Sad. He'll be back. He looked terrible, biased, and he just didn't give a fuck. So I should have knew if I knew he didn't give a fuck, I wouldn't have picked him. So yeah, not bad on picks. I swear it felt like I did way worse on picks, but I guess I did decent. I'll take it. The bonuses went to Ilya, Hamzat, Shara, and then 5 of the night to Orolbai, Rębecki. If you take away this, then I agree. Like, these two earned it, and they earned it, but yeah, no. waste of money. And lastly, if you missed a card, what would I say you should go back and rewatch? I'd say Z3 for sure. And no shit, you watch these two. So I'd say those 5 for sure. The main and co, and the last 3 prelims. Anything else, like, if you want to watch a bad robbery, I would skip these 3 unless you want to get sad. Your choice. And then I would skip these. Lame, forgettable, boring. So I'd say 5 fights for sure. Ilya, Hamza, Ebo, Neal, and Rębecki. Anything else is your choice. So it's either boring or forgettable. If I didn't mention it, so yeah. But I guess finally that's that. UFC 308's in the books. It was a decent card, as I said. There's good moments. Ilya, Hamza, Ebo, Neal, Orolbai. But then there was some like boring fights, like Ankalaev, Murphy, fucking a few well, actually not many boring fights. There was a robbery in there, not just it was a decent card. Nothing amazing, nothing awful. It was fine. It was a fine thing to do on a Saturday afternoon. I'm happy with it. I'm depressed because Chris Barnett, fucking Robert Whittaker, Max Holloway all got beat on the same day by finish. But yeah, it sucks. But what can you really do? I guess it was a fun card, and now we have to put this in our rearview mirror and move on to the next. What is that next card? You wonder. UFC Canada, Moreno and Albazi. Oh boy, you hear me break that down? Friday, 1 p.m. EST. Can't wait. Moreno, Albazi, Rose and Earn. Derek Lewis, at least. God, that card's not very good. At least it's not on the Apex. So yeah, you'll hear me break that down Friday, and then of course I'll recap that a week from now on Sunday. So yeah, UFC Canada, here we come. Outside of that, I'm not really sure what else to say. Card was decent. Recap took forever, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, comment, subscribe. Again, thank you for 70 subs. 100. We're only 30 away now from 100, and we only got, I think, 6 cards left this year. Can we do it? I fucking doubt it, but it'd be the coolest thing in the fucking world. If we don't do it, I'm fine with it. 70 is fine with me. Thank every last one of you. Y'all are a bunch of fucking goats, and I love you. Because if I didn't, I wouldn't talk for an hour and a half about fucking this. So, yeah. Not very much else to say. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, subscribe. 100 subs goal by the end of the year. And unless I'm forgetting to say something, which I would be shocked if I somehow am. As always, RX out. Good vibes, only and always.